This week's episode is sponsored by the Brilliant Futures Institute.
See, a lot of times when we're selling our services, if we're selling big ticket services like $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, someone says yes on the phone and we jump up and down and say, yay, I got the sale. Well, you got a yes, but that isn't necessarily cash in the bank. And when you have the cash in the bank, if it's a partial payment for the total services you're going to be doing, you have a partial payment. You don't even have a full payment.
Welcome to the Preeminence Podcast.
You cannot be a courageous leader if you're not vulnerable.
Your legacy is every life you've touched.
The only thing that changes our life long term is when we raise our standards.
Now is the time to take risk.
The way it's always been done isn't necessarily the way it should be done.
What is your dream? What do you think 2050, 2100 is going to look like?
The most incredible sort of mystery, I think, is now the question of what comes next.
Stay hungry, stay foolish.
Welcome to the Preeminence Podcast. I'm your host, Matthew J. Peters. Visit preeminence.tv to learn more about how to create a preeminent presence for your business, organization, or personal brand. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or just ask Alexa to play the Preeminence Podcast.
I have a question. Can I pay you? Literally right now, can I go to your website and pay you? Do you accept payments on Facebook? How can I pay you? Do you have an address that I could send you a check that isn't your home? Do you take Venmo? Do you take PayPal? Do you take Stripe? Do you have a way for me to send you a check in the mail? Let me give you some things to just kind of break it down. I started working with a partner in a brick and mortar business, and we had people coming in that wanted to pay, and they didn't have the payment system set up. And as they said, oh, we'll just collect it later. Let's just go ahead and enjoy, the services we have here, and we'll just work it out later. What I found was we had people that were using our services that weren't paying yet because we didn't have the payment system set up. I said, this is job number one. And they said, well, it's a really complicated system and we're still trying to learn how to use it. I said, I don't care. You get a PayPal account and get your Excel spreadsheet and do it that way. Literally, you don't need your $500 a month payment processing system. Just collect it on PayPal and figure it out. You can set up a subscribe button or a subscribe link. They can click on that and pay us monthly at any price we want to set. When we couldn't collect the money, we couldn't pay our bills. So that was job number one for me, is we need a way to collect money. Job number one for you, before you even start your marketing, is if you start marketing, people say, yes, can you grab the money? Can you not take it from them, but can you say, fantastic, here's the link. Fantastic, here's where you send the payment. Here's where we draft the account. So let me give you an example. With PayPal, if you don't have a PayPal account, get a PayPal account set up. Once you have it set up, you want to go to paypal.me and set up your PayPal Me account. It's going to ask you what you want your ID to be. So like mine's MJ Peters. So it'd be paypal.me/MJ Peters. And if I put another / there, I can actually input what I want that the amount to be that they pay. So I could say $111 or $19.97, $2,000 or $5,000. And so when they click on that link, it pre-populates the amount that I want them to pay. Or you can leave it blank by I'd say MJ Peters / and then they're going to go to a page where it's going to say, enter the amount. And they can literally pay me anything, if it's a down payment or the full payment. And they can leave a note saying, hey, it's for this product or this service that you offer. Now I collected a payment. But beyond that, can I go to your website and buy something right now? Do you have your shop open 24/7? Or do you have to wait until someone books a call with you and they have to wait around for sending a check to you and you have to wait for that check? Something I learned very early on in business is when someone says, can I just pay you right now? Always say yes. Always say yes. Even if you're not sure exactly how you're going to fulfill the service, take the payment, put it in the bank account, cash it so it's sitting there and you don't have to touch it, but it is ready to process. That check is not sitting in the mail or it's going to be sent to you. It's not potential money, it's actual money. See, a lot of times when we're selling our services, if we're selling big ticket services like $5,000, $10,000, $25,000, someone says yes on the phone and we jump up and down and say, yay, I got the sale. Well, you got a yes, but that isn't necessarily cash in the bank. You can't count that as a sale until you have the cash in the bank. And when you have the cash in the bank, if it's a partial payment for the total services you're going to be doing, you have a partial payment. You don't even have a full payment. Never count your chickens before they're hatched when it comes to your payments. So when someone says yes on the phone with you, let's say you're on the phone and someone says yes, I say, fantastic. Do you have your computer next to you? Yeah. Go to paypal.me/MJPeters/. All right. When you're there, go ahead and put $555 and let me know when you send it. Make a little note in there saying it's for this service. Let me know when you do that. All right. I just did it. Fantastic. I see the confirmation here. Let's set up our next appointment. Now you have it confirmed that they are a yes, not just a kind of a yes, right? They put their money where their heart is, where their mind is. We can count that because now it's in our account. Now we have to perform. Now we have to serve. But until then, it's just potential. So if you have a business right now and you are looking for ways to accept money and you have to wait for a check or you have to wait for someone to mail something to you, here's another thing you can do. If someone, let's say, is across the country or even in a different country and they say, yes, they want your $5,000 ticket or your $5,000 service, have a FedEx account number. Once you have that account number, you can tell them, say, great, go down to your local FedEx office. Do you know where that is? Yeah, I know where that is. Fantastic. I need you to go there today and put this in an envelope and here's my address. Make sure they got your address correctly and then say, here is my account number. Put that account number on. I'll take care of the shipping. So now you know when that's shipped, you have confirmation that that check is going towards you. All right, get a bank check. Have them go down to the bank so you're not getting an out of state or out of country local check that you're going to have a really hard time accepting. How about instant transfer? How about Zillow? There's so many different ways to get paid. You need to set this stuff up. It's like when you start your business. Number one thing is an action step you can do right now. Set up PayPal. Set up paypal.me. So now you can just collect any amount online. Get your PayPal here. So if you have your phone, you can swipe a credit card. That's another thing. If you have an event, you can swipe a credit card and it goes right into your phone. These things are either cheap or free, and they're 3% of your total bill for that processing. You can also do wire transfers. Do you right now have the numbers needed for a wire transfer? Can I pay you? Or are you putting up hurdles so I can't pay you? Make it easy and be able to accept the money the way people like to pay. If people don't like PayPal, do you have a way that they can make a credit card payment? Yes, if you have PayPal, you can accept credit cards without a PayPal account. Do you have a way to set up subscriptions? This is another thing. If you have a subscription to your services, let's say you have a monthly mastermind or monthly coaching or whatever, you don't ever want to be chasing your client for that next payment. So set up a button on PayPal that is a subscription. When they cancel their subscription with you, let's say it's a month-to-month thing. When they cancel their subscription with you before the next charge on their account, you'll get an email saying, hey, this subscription's been canceled. Now you can note in your services that to take them out of the group or stop your service or what have you at a certain date. I've given you plenty of ways to accept money. There's no excuse for you not being able to accept money because you haven't set these things up. When you open your business is a profitable venture unless you're doing some kind of nonprofit or volunteer work. You need to be able to accept money. Even if you're volunteering, even if it's a nonprofit, you need to be able to process any type of money that people want to donate. So your assignment right now, today, is to make sure you can take money digitally online. Make sure that you have a way, right now with your bank account, what your instant transfers are, right? So they can do a bank transfer or a wire transfer. And then start looking at other ways. Like, can you go down to the FedEx office and set up a FedEx account? You can even do it online where you have now a FedEx number. If someone says, well, I'll just mail it to you. Fantastic. Do you have a local FedEx office. Yes. Do you know where that is? Yeah, I do. Will you go down there today and mail this to me? Here's my address. Yes. Always get them to confirm with a yes and when they're going to do that. Make sure you get them to buy in and to commit to the payment. Make sure you are ready to take that payment. If you have the PayPal.me and you have your PayPal here that you can snap into your phone and swipe a credit card, these are ways you can get paid and you're not waiting around for any payments.
Thank you for listening to the Preeminence Podcast. Subscribe to hear powerful interviews and insights each week automatically downloaded the moment they go live. Share this episode with your team, your friends, and post it on social media. Let us know your comments and suggestions for the show at m@ascend.net. That's the letter M at ASYND.net.